You remind me of it? Good. Excellent. Just take a couple of deep breaths. So sitting in Gyan Mudra, back straight, eyes closed. You take a deep breath and chant Om for 3 times. Gently take your both hands up in there, rub them together. And cover your face. Rub your face over, back of the neck, your arms, the body, and the leg. This is make the body in active state to get the maximum benefit of pranayama. So this week, we've been focusing mostly on the female health. Obviously, it will help even the male as well. We talked about UTI, reinfection, white discharge. Today, we're going to focus on how does the cancer happen and how to prevent through acupressure and certain things more of it. So first, we'll do all the facial exercise up to Bhastrika, which is important for everyone, especially for female, because cancer cells cannot thrive in oxygenated environment. So first we have to, and also, so we have to activate the vagus nerve, which will connect, which is one of the longest nerve system in the body, connected to all the organs. So that helps to activate the sympathetic nerve system and relaxes the muscle and makes the body more, blood can flow better and promote the parasympathetic nerve system. So it plays a very important part. The best way to activate the vagus nerve also in the morning is when you're having a shower, take a cold shower. You start from your feet and work all the way back up. Because if you start from the top, the blood will flow to the top quicker to heat the body up because you think the body's been attacked by the cold shower, and any blockage will travel to your brain and give you a stroke, heart attack. That's why a lot of people die in shower itself. The way they shower is very important. A cold shower when you're taking, always start from your feet and work all the way back up to the top. That way, when it goes to the top, it activates the master gland through the vagus nerve and relaxes the whole body. And that's the whole process. So first, we're going to do the facial exercise. Blow your mouth like a Hanumanji. And relax. Once more. And relax. Then you blow one side and throw to the other side. Next, you blow the upper and the bottom left. And relax. Next, you make your mouth like O. As you breathe in, your cheek goes in. When you breathe out, ये ठीक हो जाए. Next, you suck shake your lips and shake everything inside. And next exercise is very important to supply more blood supply to the face and help to remove all the toxin from your body to the lymphatic system. Make your mouth, with the oath, take a deep breath in, make it sound like a patpatia, like a vibration noise. And relax. Next, we're going to do the tongue exercise, which is very important to activate the vagus nerve and get off any issue in your facial. Even for hearing problem, sinus problem, because it gets rid of toxin through your lymphatic system out of it to the drainage system. So your tongue out, try to touch your nose with it. And relax. If you do it regularly, your tongue will get longer, and that will make the back of the tongue muscle stronger. So you won't get sleep apnea and you stop snoring. And doing Bhastrika itself helps you. One of the main benefits, side benefit is snoring stops. Next, your tongue out, stretch it forward and straight right and left. Excellent. Next, you put your tongue out and suck it back in. One of the, for the double chin and so on, take a slightly chin up, take your tongue out and take it slightly up. That will stretch your prevention of, it will get rid of your double chin. And like, you hold it for 10 seconds, then go right. And relax. Next, left. And when doing pranayama, it's very important to activate the vagus nerve through the pranayama. One of the best mudra, which is called king of mudra, is Khichdi mudra. You roll your tongue, and with the tip of the tongue, you press the roof of the mouth. That activates the master gland, your pituitary gland, that able to release the parasympathetic nerve system. So whole body goes in a state of relaxation. Your breath slows down, your heart relaxes, so your blood pressure goes down, the body goes in a state of relaxation, which is very important for blood to flow properly. When your body goes in stress mode, cortisol is released, and the blood rather going to the organ, it goes same amount of blood, it goes to the hands and muscle to fight and run like a tiger's attacking you, and suddenly you start running faster, so all the blood is required to your muscles. So there's not enough blood left for the organs. So stress for short period is good, but if you have this for longer period, it leads to diseases, even cancer. Because in my life, last 15, 20 years since I met Swamiji, talking to people who had cancer, usually I find something stressful happened in their life. The partner passed away, or something happened, they lost their job, something stressed to take them over the hill, and they got the cancer. The cancer doesn't happen overnight, it takes time to build up. So really, you have to calm yourself down. You have the body and the mind. Either gets frightened, the breath changes. So breath is the bridge between your mind and body. Through the breath, you learn to control your mind and control your emotion, your anger, fear, anxiety, depression. They all calm down. Plays a very important part. That helps you to connect with your soul, to find who you are. And that leads, then next stage, it leads to your spirituality, to finding the God within you. We know that same God is in all of you. And so we just start respecting everybody around you. Very important. We've done the mouth exercise. Next, we're going to do I've lost the plot now. I know sometimes I go in tangent and kind of lose my thought process. Now I'm going to do some acupressure point as well for the lung meridian. First, you tap there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Next, well, main artery is outside that. Pressure. Then the opposite hand. Next, this is L1, L5, L7 is both hands there, but the middle hand touches the palm of your hand. That's towards the thumb side. This is L7. And do the same thing opposite. Next is the L line where the thumb joins onto the thingamy. And relax. And one in the physiotherapy, when you hold your hand like this, 2 legs, this is your head. When you go to the middle, your heart in the middle and the lung in either side. So sometimes it's good also to take something and press hard this lung point, and you find just by pressing and breathing in, your breath will be deeper. You can do that with hand as well, just pressing it there on that side, both sides, and relax. Last but not least, the 3 finger there for lymphatic system, press it there. And this all helps to open up the lung meridian energy channel. Also, a lot of energy channel come through your hand, your lung, your heart, large intestine, your stomach, small intestine, lymphatic system, and so on. So put your hand like this, clap it for 9 times. 1. Last time. And relax. For female, emotion plays a big part. You can, through acupressure, you can achieve mental, physical, and spiritual balance in your body. All the fingers, 5 fingers, are able to balance the energy in your body, which is very important for both your emotional, that also affects your physical health as well. Each finger represents 2 organs, emotions and symptoms that may occur in your body. By stimulating appropriate finger, you can affect several states of your emotion, maybe occurring to you both physically and psychologically. Your thumb organ is stomach and spleen. Emotions are anxiety, depression. Physical symptoms are digestive issue, headache, and so on. That's the thumb. Next is your index finger. Organ is bladder and kidney. Emotion is fear, confusion, and depression. Physical symptoms are muscle cramp, back pain, etc. Then you have the middle finger. Organs are liver and gallbladder. Very important part of the body. Emotions are anger. When you're angry on someone or somebody, it might not harm him, but definitely you're harming yourself by damaging your liver. Physical symptoms are mental fatigue, menstrual pain, migraine, and whenever you have problem with your liver, your vision is affected as well. Then you have the ring finger. Organs are large intestine and your lung. Emotions are when you're sad. Whenever you're sad, your lung is affected. Physical symptom are asthma, other respiratory problem, digestive problem, ringing in ears. All these are symptoms happen due to you can get it by ring finger. Last on the list, the pinky finger. Organ is your heart and your small intestine. If it's emotions are self-confident, you lose your confidence. Physical symptoms are heart disease, palpitation, high blood pressure, low blood pressure, sore throat, problem with bones, and so on. So using acupressure ring for this, just to roll along each finger to massage. All that is, it's a ring like this. You see it? It's metal ring with all the sharp edge, not very sharp, it's a smooth edge. And every day when I sit down, I just round the whole the finger. If you do that, you're able to control your emotions better. And especially for female, it's very important to keep on top of that. So you do all 10 fingers. When you're watching TV, whenever you have time, or when you all 10, you do that. Because emotions are a very important part of the overall health. So that's one thing. Next one, the simple one is to do is the making the fist, making a tight fist like that. Especially if you do that 20 times before the meal time. Each organ, if you look at your left hand, your little finger will press the heart point, your ring finger presses the pancreas, your middle finger presses the kidney, and your index finger presses the adrenal gland. Just by doing this, you're exercising all the organs to release more insulin and so on. But if you look at the right hand, your little finger, rather than this finger does heart, this one does the liver. That's with the pancreas, kidney, and adrenal gland. So just by doing this, you are kind of releasing more energy to the adrenal gland, producing more promoting your heart health, liver function, pursuing more insulin, and cleaning your blood through the function of kidney. So overall promoting health. That's one. Next is it will proven scientifically, emotional freedom technique. It helps to improve your physical health and heal you. No matter how devoted you are to the proper diet, lifestyle, you will not achieve your body ideal healing and preventing power if emotional barrier stands in your way. That's why emotion plays a big part. So emotional freedom technique is very easy to learn. We are trying to simplify it, that you can get the maximum benefit from it. Tapping on your body meridian is a very pretty powerful way of healing the body. This emotional freedom technique is a self-administered therapy that draws the knowledge of acupressure meridian point to release emotional blockage. It works by helping you to get to the root of the problem in your life. Tapping is one of the meridian and is meant to move the energy blockage, to clear all. That's what we're trying to do, clear all the energy blockage. Your thyroid, adrenal gland, metabolism, growth, reproduction, our blood pressure, help to reduce cortisol, stress hormone in the body as well. Benefit of tapping is decrease anxiety, depression, chronic pain, improve your mood, post-traumatic stress disorder, headache, weight loss, reduce stress, and help able to reduce cortisol in your body as well, and prevents insomnia. So following by, first you do a sitting Gyan Mudra, take a couple of deep breaths. So first you do the karate chop in the hand like this. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then go to crown of head and with the fingertip tap it. Then between my eyebrow, tap it there. And then all sides of the eyes. Then this point, upper part of the left. Then the center of chin. Then east collarbone. Then middle of the chest, thymus gland. And then armpit, both sides. And then beside the rest. These are the techniques. It's been proven scientifically to help to control your emotion. If you're going through a rough patch, it could be incredible healing to do this daily. So it was highly effective in reducing the symptom of several mental health disorders, including anxiety and depression. So we've done that now. Now let's go back onto now Pranayama to do the Gyan Mudra now. Sit in this posture like this. Chin Mudra, the center plan to the bottom section of the lung. And we do Bhastrika for 30 seconds. And relax. Next, still keeping the Chin Mudra, we do Kapalbhati for 1 minute. and relax. Next, we're going to focus on the top section of your lung and your airways with Yadi Mudra. Open your palm of your hand, make a tight fist, like this. Bastika for 30 seconds. And then you do Kapalbhati for 1 minute, focusing on your top section of the lung and airways. Very good for people with respiratory disease, asthma, bronchitis, and so on. And relax. Take your both hands to there. Okay. Next, you do some exercise. Expand your lungs with both hands in the front. And relax. Both hands there. And relax. And both hands in front. And you're breathing in, you side, breathe out, you side. And relax. Next, take a tight fist and you go up, open your palm of your hand, breathing in, and then turn the hand right, make a fist and come down. Excellent. Well done. We've done a lot of exercise for your lung. Now we do the very first pranayama, Bhastrika. You have to keep reminding it every day. The benefit of pranayama is increases your level of oxygen in your blood, controls your body temperature, releases more good hormones, exercise your internal organs to get rid of all the toxins from your body, all the lipid fat, so organ can perform an optimum task to promote health. Highly clean body is highly immune body. As the body detoxes, your immunity improves to fight infection, remove dead cells from your body and the waste product. That's why intermittent fasting plays a big part in getting your body to release all the toxins, remove dead cells and waste products. So last but not least, helps to control your emotion through your gentle breathing. You learn to control your emotions, anger, fear, anxiety, depression, they all come there. Let's sit in the Gyan Mudra and the Kichi Mudra, which makes the breath deeper and activates the parasympathetic nervous system. And meditate on the third eye or the governor vessel or follow your breath, whichever you prefer. Let's do that for 2-3 minutes. and relax. Excellent. You manage to give your body the vitality. As I said to you, okay, I'd love to ask you a question. See what kind of knowledge. Please, unmute yourself one at a time. Can you tell me if you know? First, you have to do a risk assessment on your life. Look at your mother, your father, your brother, your sister, your grandparent. What illness they have. If your father had a high blood pressure at the age of 40, like my dad had, chance of me getting is very high. So first you have to do a risk assessment on yourself, health-wise. What you could have due to genetic problem. If mother had a breast cancer, daughter's chance of getting is 60 to 70%. But what is a genetic illness? What happens if you don't have enough energy, urja, in your body? It's just a carbon copy of old cells. The cells are dying, new cells are being born. So what happens is it just becomes a carbon copy of old cells. That's what genetic illness is. But if you give that new cell extra supply of oxygen, amino acid, all the things it needs to become completely healthy, independent cell, you can break the chain of genetic illness as well. Swami has already proven that through the lot of research which they're doing just now in Hardwar as well. So as I said here, even cancer cells do not thrive in an oxygenated environment. So what I'd like to ask you is to help the cancer cells to self-destruct. Can you tell me what knowledge you have in your field? What will help you to prevent cancer? One is obviously breathing, oxygen supply, which we talked about. What
Less
else?
stress.
What's that?
Less stress and eating a lot of raw fruits and vegetables.
That's excellent. Good answer.
The
Very important one.
The
Fresh
tapping and the lymphatic node exercises that we do for the lymph fluid to keep
That's
moving.
it. To make sure all the toxins all the dead cells are removed. If cells are dying, new cells are being born. Dead cells need to be removed quickly. If you don't, that's why imbalance in cell makes cancer. That's a good answer. One of the important thing you're missing is
Fresh air.
yeah, that's okay. That's acupressure.
We do.
Good.
Is it acupressure?
Yeah, acupressure. The other important thing I'm looking for, if you do
Nitric
that, then
oxide.
obviously that's excellent as well. I've forgotten that one. That's a good one as well. Water.
Water.
If you drink plenty of water, you won't get cancer. Most of the breast cancer happens due to people don't drink enough water. Because lymphatic system can only remove things in liquid form, not in solid. When it's solid, it can't remove it. So it's very important to drink plenty of water. That itself will prevent cancer. What else?
How about regular massages to kind of get the lymphatic
But
system?
depending what kind of massage, one is for pain, deep massage, one is for lymphatic system massage, where to get rid of toxin. So massage also relaxes the body, and because physical touch is very important. That itself makes you in the state of emotions are good. You become much calmer. Very important. Excellent. Also, eating wise, avoid sugar. Eat jaggery. And don't eat anything and what we call a process. Anything has more than 2 or 3 things mixed together is a processed food. That's itself. Less salt. Everything white is bad for health. You can take a sugar, salt, white rice, brown rice is better, and so on. And also one of the very important things we've been talking throughout the whole COVID-19, boost your vitamin D3. We have a darker skin. We come from Indian subcontinent or Africa, other places down south where the sun was stronger. So we managed to get enough vitamin D3. But coming to North Hemisphere, lack of sunshine, and usually our lifestyle, we go from a house into the car to the office and back. So we don't sit in the sun enough. So we have to take a vitamin D3 supplement and vitamin C. And vitamin C is water soluble. If you don't use it, you lose it every day. So you have to take every morning excess amount of vitamin C to promote health. And avoid toxic environment, like household chemical. What kind of chemical used for cleaning surface? All these will help you to give you cancer otherwise. And breathing in all the chemical and things like that. Use of microwave, utensil, aluminum pots. You have to go to nature. Use iron pot, copper pot. They are much better. Even if you cook in the clay pot, even the food is sweeter, but obviously that's not practical. The way I suggest is best pot is the stainless steel pot. It's got no benefit, but also it's got no harm as well. All these plays a very important part. So really, one of the best ways to prevent cancer is pranayama daily with different mudras, light exercise, acupressure, diet, Ayurveda, thinking of food as medicine, naturopathy, your body is made up of 5 elements, fire, air, space, earth, and water. Use those 5 elements to heal the body. That's why when you go to naturopathy center, they use all those elements to heal you, like a mud bath and certain things like that. And lifestyle. How you try to deep breathe when you're stressed. Relax. Very important. There's a very important part. Now let's talk about how do you know what's wrong with you. If I was with you, I might not know you, but through pressing your hand, I can tell you what illness you have. And that's why I don't have to be there. You can do it to yourself as well. So let me just highlight myself first so you can see exactly what I'm trying to do. Your thyroid gland is master gland. Anything wrong in your body, your thyroid gland is affected. So first you do is you press the thyroid gland with your thumb and feel the pain. Think of that pain as 10. Okay? Next, you press your stomach. Can anybody tell me, is the pain, if the pain is more than there, then give yourself 11. If it's less, 9. Anybody got pain more than 10 or more in there? Anybody? When you're pressing in the stomach point, back is point, is that paining more than the 10? Anybody?
On my left hand, on the top.
It's
Here.
paining more.
Yeah.
Right. So don't be personal, Sitalji. I'm going to tell you what's wrong with that. See, when I'm doing acupressure, I go through all the symptoms to go to the conclusion of what's wrong with you. By pressing that tells me you have a not good bowel movement this morning. You're bloated. That's the stomach. That tells me stomach is still, so in the afternoon you might feel bloated, and also if that gas travels up your head, it might give you a headache as well. I'm not saying you have that symptom, but then using this, I go on to the next stage. This is, my mind works with all the kind of scientific way of, when I'm healing, when I'm diagnosing illness, that's why I do, that's why, I'm just telling you how my mind works. So I'm sorry, I might be a bit long, it will take a couple of more bit of time. So press that point. Next, you place your throat, back of the neck, back of the hand. If that's paining, that tells you you have a roughness in your throat. Your throat is not clear. That's good. Next, you press your, remember, in acupressure, if I have a stroke on the left side of the body, stroke happens in the right brain. Everything from face crosses over. And the front is on the same hand. And the back is opposite. That's roughly the science of acupressure. So if I press this middle finger and the ring index finger, that middle with the bone joints, press there, this is your eye point. So which eye is this? Right hand, this is left hand. So which eye is it? Right eye or left eye?
Right eye. Right
That's
eye.
the left hand, it's right eye. If it's Anybody got pain more than 10 there? Or 6 or 7, something like that? All comparing with the pain here. Everybody's comparing pain with the thyroid gland.
I have pain.
Yeah, that pain, all I'm saying, if you have pain there, that tells me behind the eyes, you have a lot of pressure. That could be due to bad eyesight, or could be due to nerve problem, or you have some kind of symptom happening to the eyesight. You have to get it. I will tell you to go and get it checked up with the doctor to make sure you don't have a glaucoma or something happening in your eyes as well. It could be a diabetes, so that's why you're under pressure.
Yes, I'm going to.
I'm not saying that's the problem there. That's why my mind is picking these things up. When I work with you, that's what it's telling me. Next, you press your lung, your middle finger and the ring finger. Where they meet, press that point. Anybody got pain more than 10 here? None of you should have that. If you have it, there's a problem. Then you're not doing yoga with me properly. That's your lung. If you pain more than 10, that tells me as you travel up and down the stair, you get out of breath. Your lung is not able to expand properly. Your posture is not right. You're sitting like this. You're not sitting more posture right. That's what that tells me. I hope you're enjoying this. Keep going along.
Yeah, very much.
I'm sorry if I'm taking a bit longer. It's just a slow process. I can't rush through these things.
Are you pressing on both the sides or one side?
Yeah, both sides.
Both sides.
Both sides. And the neck is the little finger and the ring finger is your ear. Pressing that, which ear is that? Left hand will be right ear. And we got pain more than 10, at that point, if you have pain more than 10, that means you have a ringing bell in your ear, right ear, if it's paining there. That's that. Next I do is press the bottom line there, left hand, that's your heart. If you press there, if it's pain is certain more than 10 or 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, that will tell me, from acupressure and tell you what's wrong with you. It tells me you might have high palpitation, high blood pressure, low blood pressure, high cholesterol, could be any of those symptoms. So then you have to go to the doctor to get a blood test done and get it checked out. Okay? And then below that, just below the heart line is your spleen. If you're paining there, anybody paining there? Spleen, point. A lot of you should be paining there because I found my Gujarati bhai one way, they have lack of B12. They usually have to get injection every 3 months. So this point is your iron level. People paining there tells me you're anemic. And next is where the index finger touches there, that's your pancreas. You press that point, 50% pancreas this hand, 50 on this hand. Once 80% pancreas doesn't work, you become diabetes. Pressing your hand here, both hands will help. And then when the middle finger touches it, is your kidney. That's the first thing I do. Next, I look at for IBS. If you connect your both hands together, your intestine is from here all the way across here, across there, and comes back to there. Does that make sense? So what I want you to do is use your right hand to press along there and see where the maximum pain is, if there's any, or the pain are similar. That's through your colon, large intestine, half of it. And you got any pain there?
No.
Along that line? Wherever the pain is, see if the pain is in this corner, where the intestine, this will be up here going across there. In this corner, that's that point there. If that's paining, that tells me you have your IBS in this corner point. That's how accurate acupressure is. I've only done in hospital and proven those points. That's why I know it works. Just pressing it, fixing it. And you do the same thing other side. That's that. Now next, so you've done the IBS. Next, you go to the back of the hand. If you go to the back of the hand, this is your neck there, and this is your spine. That's to me. So if you press there, as you go down, it goes down to where the 2 meets is your sciatica nerve. And that's as you go up, it's up the spine, and that's to your neck. So
Shravanji, we can't see the pressure
oh,
points
sorry, I
properly.
need to sorry, I need to highlight myself. Forgotten. Sorry, my fault. Just remind me where the thumb and index finger meet. That's the sciatica nerve, and then you go up the spine, up, and this is your neck. So anywhere is paining, that will tell you. If you have pain there, that means you have a sciatica problem. If it go further up, then you might be L4, L5, and higher up the spine. If it's there, then you might have a spondylitis. That's how I can. This is all these channels are all the pain in the shoulders. It's rubbing there, you're fixing it. And another good one is for uterus fibrosis, for female health. If you put your hand like this, you see the dent, the big hollow bit there. If you press it there, if it's paining 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, something like that, that tells me you have uterus fibrosis. So I'll tell you to go to the doctor, get it checked up, get it done. So you might have a pain in your groin as well. That's what happened. And if it's male, then you have a prostate problem. You go to the bathroom quite a lot in night time, 4 or 5 times in night time every hour, because you're not able to urinate properly, and female, and that's what happened pressing there. Also, and then I go in the right hand. This is your liver. If this is paining, you have sluggish liver, fatty liver. Your liver is not functioning properly. And below that is gallbladder. If that's paining quite a lot, if it's 12 or 13, that'll tell me your gallbladder is removed. And then same thing, pancreas, kidney, and all the intestine and everything else. So really, you can see, that's how I look at the person doing all those things, and then going through all the boxes. That tells me what health issues the person has. They have high blood pressure, they have a back pain, joint, might be, but I won't know due to arthritis, rheumatism arthritis, but they have a back problem, and or it's got spondylitis. I said to you one of the story was I went to the Bagha where my mother in Nanyar was. I went to the prison to do a yoga, to promote yoga first time when Swamiji made me the international yoga teacher. There was a young chap from Delhi. He was what you call the senior of the jail. He was organizing it. He said to me, he obviously didn't know me, so he didn't know my credentials. He said, "No, I'm sorry, I can't let you." Then I said to him, "Okay, if I can do acupressure to your hand and tell you what's wrong with you, then would you let me do yoga class with all the prisoners?" Then he said, "Fair enough." He agreed with it. And I spent 20 minutes trying to press all the different points, what I did with it. And I couldn't find anything. In the end, when I pressed this point, it jumped. So what do you think he had? Spondylitis. So I said, "You had spondylitis? Did you have a car accident or something like that?" He said, "Yes, I had a car accident 5 years ago. I'm still suffering from neck pain." So then he let me do yoga with the whole prisoner, and then for 2 hours. And when the class was finished, night time, he phoned me again. He said, "Could you please come tomorrow morning as well? A lot of prisoners have a constipation problem. So could you do some yoga for constipation?" So what I'm saying is, this is how, if you believe in something, you do it properly with conviction, then people will understand you're doing it for right reason. So this is how you design it, the whole thing. And acupressure plays a big part in promoting health. Usually what happens with the Western society, people want to know why, kyun hota hai, kaise hota hai. But pranayama sometimes takes time to build. Acupressure, they can get instant benefit. If you have back pain, there's a pressing point, your pain will release right away. Then the person starts trusting you, then they'll do anything what you tell them to do. They know you're doing it for their own, there's no personal gain to either. It's like it's only a win-win for the other person. So this is, any question so far what I've talked about, anybody? If you something not clear, you can ask me just now, then I'll go on forward to how to do any other illness as well.
Can you
Hello.
show us the spondylitis point?
Just round the neck. Along the thumb. Sorry, let me highlight. I need to highlight that. Just around the thumb. That will change.
I just wanted to ask, is it more beneficial to use the massager pen and then your fingertips?
Yeah, I'm going to go to that. I didn't want to proceed. A lot of people think this is my business. That's not my business, but also I'm going to go into that shortly when I do much deeper things on it. See, that one of the cheapest ways to buy one of these. So I said to whenever I'm flying anything else and I'm saying watch TV, I just rub all over. I don't need to know what I'm doing. Just press all over your neck line, your spine, your back of the shoulder. I do that all the time. That's one way. And second is obviously the gun. Since you have raised the issue, what I do, you do in different settings. Very good for everything. See, if you have a, remember yesterday talked about white discharge, just put it there. You prevent that. If you have thyroid problem, it will help you there.
And what setting should it normally be at?
No, I do at 9, but obviously you have to adjust yourself, get used to it. The setting goes from 1 to 9. If you want the quick benefit, you have to go at 9.
Okay.
Yeah, but it
Just hold
hurts. When you do it, it's really painful, like it's very hurtful with the pain.
कुछ पाने के लिए no pain, no. जब तक दर्द नहीं हो रहा, फायदा नहीं हो रहा.
Okay, thank you.
What I'm trying to do is say, like, if I have an eye problem, I put an eye point there, I'm improving my energy going to the eye. But if I'm doing it to you, then I'll put one hand gun at the eye point, another hand on my eye. Then I acupressure there and there, both at the same time. Then you get double benefit. And same thing with arthritis of the hand, your thumb, you can see there, my thumb moving. If you find the right point, your thumb, look at that. Your arthritis of finger will go. Tennis elbow. Can you see there? So this, what I'm saying is, that's how this works.
Please show the eye point again. Thank you.
Eye point, if it's the right eye, you go to the left hand, the 2 fingers across there, press it. Yourself, that itself will energy will send to the eye. But if somebody else doing it to you, you can put the pain on your eye point, left hand, and right hand, other hand on the eye point. So your current will flow there to there. The other person will use his body as a earth. So he's getting 2 acupressure points at the same time. So I'll tell you another story. When I went to Africa, Nairobi, I was doing the session. I did the training as well. So I met one guy who was a jeweler. So he used to make all the jewelry and all that. And he became blind, almost couldn't see from one eye because of the posture working through the whole thing. So I did some acupressure eye point on him. And then nothing thought of it. Next morning when I was going for the airport, he drove his car faster and parked and asked me to stop and tell me, "Aapne jo bhi kiya, I can see the daylight through my left eye, right eye as well." So obviously that's how it was, that's how effective it is. I'm not saying how I've done it, just the acupressure is way of energizing the energy channel and open up the channel so energy flow to the eyes. Another story I've been telling before as well. Remember in the Little Cumbria Island, we had a guy from the Scottish guy who was fighting in the Afghani war. His leg blew up, so he had a metal place and all in his leg, so he couldn't feel his toe at all. He was walking with a limp all the time, but he stayed in the island for 6 months to help us out, just to clean up and things like that. So one day I told him, "Okay, let me look at you, see what I can find, what's wrong with you." So what I did was, so I saw when I did the current in his leg, he couldn't feel anything at all. No current was going through. If I do it there in the hand and put the other toes on the toes, no current was flowing through. So there was a blockage in the system. So what I did was I put the gun on the toes and put my hand on his head. And I moved around until I found that I can feel the toes current right on the head as well. Once I did that, the brain recognized the new path to his toes. And then he could manage to move his toes as well. And he could walk now, he climbed mountain, he can do everything now. He was walking up all the 100-meter high mountain, climbing up and all that. And he said, no problem at all. So that's how effective this thing, how you use it. But one thing is, obviously, online is sometimes very difficult to find, but it's very good for arthritis, chronic pain, rheumatism arthritis, osteoporosis, sciatica pain, spondylitis, migraine, sport injury, muscle and joint pain, back pain. It's like a treating every, it's a very way of, what it does is a conventional way of self-administering low voltage therapy, commonly used in traditional Indian and Chinese medicine. It's a portable handheld 10 unit for automatically trigger rapid muscle contraction to relieve pain by blocking pain signal as they travel from the nervous system to the brain. Also, they have a relaxing effect on the tense muscle, similar to massage. Brain gets the message the body has been attacked, so releases endorphin, which helps to get rid of pain. As a beauty aid, you can put the massager thing flat one and put it on your face to send more blood supply to your brain and your face and make your face glow further. So these are the things it can do, kind of idea. Right. Any other question anybody want to ask before I go forward?
How do you treat the neck pain?
Neck pain, I will put the hand there on the, let me just highlight myself, sorry. Neck pain, what happens is, I'll put the hand pain on the pituitary gland and put the other hand on opposite side on the neck and find the point where my head is moving. If I do it just like this, you will see the movement better. Can you see the movement in my? Can you see it? That's what you do. Improve your neck pain, spondylitis. Both you can do left side and right side. You find the point where the vibration is bigger. So more. See what happens is when your posture is not right. If you stand like elastic band, if you bend if you stretch the elastic band for 1 hour, let it go, it becomes longer than it is. That's what happens with the main carotid vein, the main blood vessel, which supplies the blood supply oxygen nutrients to your brain. What happens if your posture is sitting there in 8 hours, 10 hours every day working on it? You have actually make the whole system here longer than it is. So in the same space, it becomes zigzag. When something is zigzag, only 70% of blood supply going to the brain, not the 100%. And that's what creates a problem. And later on, as you go older, if you not have enough, if you have too much calcium flowing in the blood, that cements the whole nerve system together. So that's where it becomes, then your nerve gets trapped and you kind of, that's why spondylitis is your problem in all one side of the body, depending which side the trap happening. That's what happened to my dad. The dad had the spondylitis to the doctor practice, the GP, working all the time with the patient posture, so his child is involved. And that's how he got it. But in the surgery, after the surgery, 3 months, he passed away because when you open them up, the whole nerve system was completely cemented and they couldn't do anything. They tried to clean up, but they left some sharp edges. So every time he walked or did something, it kind of cut the nerve system further and he went in this, certain things. That's what happened. That's what made me going more into the health. That's how after that, when the father passed away, after a couple of years after, that's when I met Swami as well. I started researching on health, spondylitis, different things. And that's why my interest grew more and more. So hopefully I became a better plumber than I was an engineer. I don't know. Time will tell. That's what I tried to do. So this plays a very good part. This is a very good tool to have. And
how do I know whether I have spondylitis or not? Because whenever I'm doing the exercise, I feel pain on my neck.
Yeah, what I'm saying, but then obviously, depending on what kind of work you did, and also when you press it here, you'll pain. When you press this point, it'll pain.
Is it right hand?
Right and left, depending. But this hand will be on this side, obviously. This is on this side. So either side, when you're painting them, that tells you you have, and obviously the best people to get a scan done to the medical GP practice is the best way to diagnose it. But acupressure tells you there's something all right. So what you have to do, love this exercise, head exercise, we do all these ones. They will help to prevent further damage and hopefully recover and make sure you're okay with it.
I mean, once I had for a long time, they had to give me general anesthesia and make my hand work, but it didn't come back. Then in India, when I've been to India, one of the person did physiotherapy and I could, but still I cannot make my hand straight. It's still,
But definitely, if I was with you with the gun, I can make your hand go straight. I can guarantee. I've done that to many people. They couldn't move the hand back or go take up. Within 5 seconds, what treatment I did, they could take the hand up and then no problem at
and
all.
what do I have to do with this gun to make it
One
better?
thing is, it's difficult to see. When I'm doing it, I'm feeling it as well. I'm feeling the energy coming through how what's happening, and then I'm kind of acting on it. Whereas online, you can't. Obviously, I've been doing this for the last over 10 years, this gun thing. So that's how I've learned from it. Usually, I used to use this gun before. This one, you have to press it with hand like that. Now I find this is easier because I don't have to click it. Your battery and it does it automatically. And that's what the difference is.
So if I press it somewhere here, it will get better.
What's that?
If I put this gun somewhere here, it will get better.
Yeah. One thing is once you, if you have the gun, if you talk to me later on in the class, I can work with you. But the problem is sometimes it's difficult online to kind of. But ultimately, when the COVID-19 goes away, hopefully we meet, then I might be able to do something very quickly for you or anybody else has any issue. Okay. So let me just finish the class off with the thing. What I'm trying to
Sorry,
do.
can I just ask one question, please?
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
You know what? I have a good sleep, but then I just in the morning I just don't feel like waking up. I just feel I could do with an extra hour of sleep. So what causes that?
Right. See, a lot of people sleep 10 hours, 12 hours. They wake up, they still feel tired. Some people, like Swamiji, a lot of people who do yoga, other things, they sleep only 6 hours. They wake up completely fresh. It's all about how deep you're sleeping. Some people not sleeping, they're sleeping, but they're sleeping in the surface. They're still going through the whole process of what they're going to do tomorrow or what's happening in their life. And so they don't sleep deep enough. You have to sleep deep enough because the blood flows to your brain. Brain has a valve. When it goes to the valve, it produces spinal fluid. That can only happen when you sleep deep. That spinal fluid flows through your spine and exercise and gives the energy to all the organs to promote good health. So what's happening in your case is you're sleeping, but you're not sleeping deep enough. You're sleeping kind of very shallow. So you have to learn the best way to do that at night time before you go to bed, fill your mouth with water and throw some cold water over your eyes. That itself makes the body into activates the vagus nerve into parasympathetic nerve system and relaxes the body. And then you do the Mudra, some Pranayama, deep breathing. And that will make you fall asleep. Extra supply of oxygen deeper. You have to learn to sleep deep. That's where your issues are. So Pranayama, what we're doing just now, will definitely help you. But you have to do that night time as well.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Can I go forward now? Okay. Right. So first is let's talk about cancer now. Your body is made up of tiny cells. Cell constantly becomes old and die and replaced by new cell. It's a natural phenomenon in the body. Even in my lifetime, I will have 6 times where cancer could happen. But if my immune system is high, I would double it. That will be able to remove the dead cell and prevention of cancer. Cancer cells are natural cells which exist in every person. An uncontrolled process of cell multiplication results in the developing of lump, which is called tumor, which could become cancerous. It's the job of the white blood cell to remove the dead cell from the body and keep the balance. Also, it's been proven if you have a lot of oxygen supply in your blood, then cancer cells cannot thrive in oxygenated environment. And if your body is alkaline, all normal cells have an absolute requirement for oxygen. But cancer cell can live without oxygen, deprive a cell of 35% of its oxygen for 48 hours, it becomes cancerous. So once you have oxygen supply extra, then cell deprive the cell of oxygen, it becomes cancerous. Very important. For oxygenated blood, we need to breathe deeply and not be anemic, not lack of B12 and so on. Very important. Large majority of, talk about breast cancer. Large majority of 90% of all breast cancer begins in the duct where the milk is produced, milk ducting. Because especially for females who don't feed the children with the breast milk. And also females who take the birth control pill could increase the risk of cervical and breast cancer. You have to learn to massage your breast regularly. Feel for any lump. Prevention is better than cure. Also, don't wear any wire frame bra. Should be avoided due to destructive effect of metal on the energy channel. So all the clothes garments should be natural, cotton, something which can breathe air. It's essential not only pure cotton or silk be worn, no artificial fiber should be in contact with your chest. That these tend to disturb the normal flow of energy. And don't use antiperspirant underarm one, which is press, that contains aluminum, salt, metal ions, that also can give you cancer. What they find, a lot of females work night duty. People who work night shift have a higher risk of cancer. A certain drug, aspirin regularly. Also, you have to cultivate the spiritual life. Every morning, trying to connect with the spirit. This can be done with a brief meditation, praying, listening to music, reading. Make a room in your day for yourself. Learn to love yourself. That's very important. Eat certain food, which is cancer preventing, like lemons, broccoli, Brussels sprout, seaweed, cabbage, wild berries, spinach, carrot, flaxseed, chili, walnut, sesame seed, Brazil nut, pumpkin seed, soya beans. I can go on and on. Peppers, tomato, you know all that. Ginger, garlic, lettuce, cauliflower, asparagus, shiitake mushroom, avocado, beetroot, olive, green juice, green tea, wheatgrass, algae, and all those things. Pomegranate, a lot of other fruit like blueberries, grapes, citrus fruit, strawberry, kiwi fruit, grapefruit, apple, and so on. Also, you got cancer fighting spices, a lot of medicine in your kitchen drawer itself, turmeric, cinnamon powder, black pepper, ajwain, carom seed, cardamom, clove, fenugreek, mustard, hing. Hing is very good for constipation as well. Saffron to increase your immune system. Cumin seed, cane pepper, very good for cleaning your blocked artery. And herb, just as Gloria talked about, neem, basil, ashwagandha, triphala powder, a lot of mineral, a lot of vitamins you have to take surplus like vitamin D3, vitamin C, zinc, magnesium, selenium, and so on. Eat natural products rather than processed food. Choose brown rice over white rice. Brown rice contains selenium, which helps to strengthen your immune system and lower the risk of various cancer. As I said to you, certain thing doing itself will lower it. Now let's talk about how to prevent or detect breast cancer, or your chance of having it higher. If your mother had a cancer, you want to keep doing this point to make sure you don't have any pain. And if you have, then the pranayama, eating the right food, doing all the things will help. So say first you do it, you take your palm of your hand, press the middle of palm of your hand at the top. Both hands. Find out which is more painful, right or the left. Say if my left side is paining more, now press the 3 finger above your lymphatic system there on the left hand and the right hand. So you probably find left hand is paining as well. Last but not the least, if you take palm of your feet of your leg and the middle, press there as well. That's the breast point as well. That's paining as well, left side. That tells me my left side of the body lymphatic system is weaker than the right side. So my chance of lump forming on the left side of the body is higher. So really you have to daily press this point daily. Or if you have the gun, you can use the gun yourself to put on it there and also put it there as well, across there. But you can do it with hand, just press it there daily and then press this point. Do this. Even if cancer is detected by a monogram, whatever, one should continue to give acupressure 2 to 5 minutes, morning and evening, and promote on the very important. Also, this point is also very good for people who have nausea and vomiting. Will prevent that as well. Just pressing it. Both hands. And also, I talked about acupressure for reducing anxiety. One is that with third eye, press it there. Breathe in, breathe out. And also this point. This is the one governor vessel have to distress. Just tapping it there in distress. So what do you do? Say like that, and then also that's one. Next is very good for if you take your thumb and your index finger, where the two meet towards the index finger, press that, you'll find the tender spot. This is good for any kind of pain in our part of the body. And last but not the least is the liver point. Liver is which hand? Your right hand, just there. You press this point, really. And the last but the least, on the feet, where the toes and the next feet, press that way. Both hands. That is after all will help you to fight the breast cancer or any kind of cancer. So I said your story. I went to one of the hospital, cancer hospital. I was invited to give a lecture on yoga with a slide, and there were 40 patients with different kind of cancer. I didn't know what cancer they had. I did my lecture, and then there were doctor present as well, cancer doctor. So I said, let me diagnose the illness, see if I can do that through acupressure. That's all my learning is, practical experience. So by pressing the hand, I could tell which right or left breast had a cancer. And then when I pressed the intestine, I could tell which part of the colon had the cancer. Bowel cancer, or prostate cancer, all different, just by pressing the hand. The person jumped automatically. That told me that's where the problem is. So when you do that to the fit people who don't have a cancer, if it's paining a lot, that tells me they are going towards there. So you have to do something to go backward. Prevention. That's what I'm trying to teach you. And yoga is one of the best tools to do that. And acupressure is well to diagnose. Acupressure is a way of diagnosing, curing, and also managing your symptom better. So it's very important. And the best way, I said to you, also you can clap like as well. 1, 2. So on, you rub your hand together and just, I said to you, if you have a problem with your anxiety, one of the best ways to do is put your forefinger near the thymus gland and do Kapalbhati for 30 seconds. If you have a problem with the liver, put your both hands on the liver side. If you have diabetes, pancreas, that's the best way to make a twist. Take a deep, you can sit in the Vajrasana, which is the best way to do it. And take a deep breath in, breathe out completely. Put your both on the, and you go down, look up and do Kapalbhati for. And then they come back. See, most of the time, the killer is not the cancer itself. The killer itself is the fright you get once you're told you have a cancer. And sometimes all the intervention the medical profession does, that kind of stuff elevates it. Like doing mammogram, doing biopsy. Once you start playing with it, then the virus opens up and it expands more, it's faster, grows. So really, but same time, I'm not a medical person, so obviously I'm not going to criticize anybody. The intention is right to heal you. But if you have a chemotherapy, remember after the Hiroshima bomb, before seaweed was a very luxury. But now everybody in China and all this, Japan, they use seaweed as a normal diet. Why? It's able to absorb radioactive material from the body and get it out of the system. So people who are going for chemotherapy or something, try to eat seaweed daily. That itself will able to reduce the side effect of chemotherapy. Very important. All I'm trying to give you as much knowledge I have within the limited time we have. I hope you enjoy this, what we talked about today. Not enjoy, I'm saying learn something in it. I know we told you a lot of things, some of the things, and I usually do when I take an acupressure class with more detail. I hope you enjoy the session. But let's take the class to the finishing. Time is there now, so let's do Brahmari, Udgit, and Pranav. Take the class, take the glasses off. Come to close your earlobe, index finger on your forehead, covering your eyes, take a deep breath and chant like a bumblebee for 3 times. Still keeping your eyes closed in Gyan Mudra. We do Om for 3 times. Still keeping your eyes closed. We do pranam for 30 seconds. Silent deep breathing. Take both hands in there. Shove them together. Before you do a prayer, I'd like to bring Mohan Bhai and to say something about class for tomorrow. Please highlight him. Mohan Bhai, can mute your class. Unmute yourself, please. Thank you.
Om everyone. Tomorrow, I'm going to take a class with the Savanji jointly, but थोड़ा हट के करेंगे योगा क्लास में थोड़ी नई चीज बताएंगे स्पेशली शवासना ये थोड़ा लंबा चलेगा ये दिस इज अ नॉर्मल प्रैक्टिस इन योगग्राम अगर आप वहां जाएंगे ट्रीटमेंट के लिए तो वहां कराते हैं हमने किया हुआ है and it is fantastic benefit but before we do there are few things I like to inform you or say what to do it's the मेक योगा मैट जो है आपकी इसके ऊपर एक्स्ट्रा पैडेड रख देंगे क्योंकि यू आर गोइंग टू स्लीप फ्लैटली फॉर लॉन्ग टाइम एंड यू कैन हैव ए पिलो एज वेल एज टू रेस्ट योर हेड सो इन अदर वर्ड्स आई वांट टू मेक योरसेल्फ लेस पेनफुल कुछ भी पेन होना नहीं चाहिए कंप्लीटली पेन फ्री एंड ऐसे होना इसीलिए अगर इफ यू मेक योर योगा मैट पैडेड and pillow as well as keep the light shawl or something to cover yourself because when we're doing this one your body temperature will reduce go down and you feel a little bit cold so it's advisable to keep with it this one also remove the socks as well as because the body need more airflow and energy wear a loose cloth like we all doing it in yoga class that is fantastic and Savanji keeps saying it if we can use wear a more cotton natural product cloth it will be helpful then also the tomorrow yoga class when we finish this savasana I like to be stay for a while you probably will be half asleep by the time and then don't rush it enjoy it so keep some time schedule so you don't have to rush it and when yoga class finish you will only listen there is no disturbance and that means the yoga class is over no questions or nothing to ask mobile phone will be put on the silent and absolutely painful silence during this time and if anybody want to leave they can leave by own means but well less disturbance so you will be all mute so there's nothing you can ask or you just follow the instruction I will try to put it slowly as possible and you're just going to do it by mentally and especially for the disabled people or the who cannot sit on the floor or lie, they can still do this on their couches. If they have a reclined couches is better, so they can, your feet can be high. If you don't have them, don't worry, normal couches, but put the tools or something in front of your feet so your feet is a little bit up, so you will be more comfortable. Yeah, so these are the instructions. We will follow it tomorrow, and hopefully हम और आप दोनों मिलके इसका फायदा उठाएंगे. It is a fantastic relaxations and meditations therapy. So we will do that. So be ready for tomorrow. Thank you very much.
So Mohan bhai, you take the class to finishing just now. The prayer kar de, prayer and laughter kar de.
Is it 8:30 starting tomorrow?
Yeah, tomorrow
I
it's
think
8:30.
tomorrow 8:30.
Yeah,
8:30 to
8:30
10.
class.
Yes.
Yeah, the beginning class, Shravanji will take it and do the all this one. There will be less exercise and pranayama. Mainly, it's a breathing exercise. I will do that with you. So, which is bring yourself and body to be more on relaxed mode before we go. Okay, let's chanting the Omkar Mantra for 3 times. Om. Last time. May all be happy.
May all be happy.
May all be healthy.
May all be healthy.
May all enjoy prosperity.
May all enjoy the prosperity.
May none suffer.
May none suffer.
Om Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina.
Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina.
Sarve Santu Niramaya.
Sarve Santu Niramaya.
Sarve Bradyanti Praschyantu.
Sarve Bhadrani Prashyantu.
Ma Kaschit Dukha Bhagave.
Ma Kastita
Dukha
Dukha Bhagave.
Om
Shanti,
Shanti
Shanti,
Shanti. Raise your both hand in front of your face, rub it together, mere bhai behan. Make it warm. Make a cup shape, put it over your eyes and lamba swas lijye, deep breath. Open your eyes inside the cup and slowly massage your face. Thank you very much. आज का योगा अभ्यास यहाँ खत्म हो रहा है. You are all fantastic. श्रवण जी स्पेशली आपने जो acupressure का बताया, a lot of the information which is life saving, and hope we all learn and use them. Let's have a good laugh.
लाइन पुल नहीं किया आपने अभी तक, लाइन वाला, लाइक ए टाइगर, लायन, वो जरूरी है. वो तो उससे फीमेल के लिए, थॉराइड के लिए बहुत अच्छा है.
What time is it ending tomorrow?
10 o'clock. But ending will be depending on you, how long you want to lie down on your.
Yeah, after that is advisable. It's to, if you have some time, because that's the most important after the Savasana. But I will try to keep it the time limits. It's 10 o'clock or maybe 5-10 minutes here and there. Thank you.
And what about what time do you start in the weekday? 9 o'clock or 9?
9 o'clock.
Yeah.
9 o'clock. Weekday 9 o'clock, 9 to half 10. Just a Saturday is half 8 to 10.
Thank you.
Let's
Thank
have a-
you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning.
Thank you, like that.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, everybody. Hope
Thank you
you
very much. Thank you,
hope you like the
Swamiji. Thank
information which I
you.
told you.
Nice this time.
Bye. Jai Shri Krishna.
Yes, it is.
Bye.
Thank you, Sarojini.
Thank
Thank
you
you,
very
Nirmala ji, Jaya ji,
Thank you. Bye.
Rama ji.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kanta bhai, and
Thank you.
Nalini
What
ji.
a nice article about Pathar Chatta today.
That's
Oh,
right.
yes.
That's right. And somebody
I'll
somebody
make some
sent me.
plants, I'll make some pottings and now to, friends
Yeah,
of ours.
I think somebody's got them. I think Prabhuji got them as well. We try to distribute to all the teachers. So that's like If you eat 2 patha chata, that is itself a kidney stone. There is a lot of put the information.
When you put it in water, it will slowly sprout out, but it takes time.
Yeah.
I'll make some, I'll show you what I've made it. About big plant.
Prabhuji give 1 leaf, and I also planted, and I have about 6 plants, and also I give it to my all yoga students 1
That's
leaf. I
excellent.
told him, and they all, the most of got the home. But this the article you put, Sravanji, now you put in light that said that to eat them leaves early in the morning.
That's
Discover-
it.
Ajwain.
Also you can boil them as well. You can boil them in water and then drink the water off as well.
Okay,
Yeah.
but that's only for 3
See,
or
I
4
made
days.
all the little thing.
Ramanji.
You put the leaf in the water and then it will slowly sprout. But it takes longer to sprout. I've got so many sprouts, so I have to put it in the small containers to pass on to people.
Yeah, I do that.
Because a few friends have asked, so I have to give them, and
That's
it's
good.
nice.
Thank you very much, Kantavai. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ajwain.
Oh, motu.
Yeah, they're very big. They're very big. I have at least about 5 feet tall.
Yeah,
5 feet tall.
The big
I
leaf.
bought more in
And
It's
now
nice.
one of the plants already is growing on the edge of the leaf. Already is doing that other thing.
Yeah, that's it.
But
So-
hopefully, Mohan bhai, you're eating it daily.
Well,
Are
now
you?
I'm going to do it. As I said, I didn't know much. I've understood only it's for the
Get
thing. But
what to
now
make.
I know
Yeah,
that you can
definitely.
eat it.
I found that
Yes.
somebody sent the article this morning. I read the article.
Yeah.
I seemed quite, and Swamiji says that as well. That's why I thought put down the yoga.
Yeah, it's a
staff.
wonderful, because that the link was missing, that the understanding I miss about how to use it. I thought it's only medical purpose, but no, you can use it in a salad.
everything.
also.
In salad even, you can eat in the salad even, eat like salad in, few things when you're
That-
eating lettuce.
What
That's nice.
plant?
That's nice.
What plant?
Sramanji, can we make the bhajia also?
I don't know. I think you can make a pakoda. Yeah, obviously you can, I suppose.
Actually, I will try one. I never tried bhajia, but
What plant is
ये
that?
आइडिया है ना गुजराती भाई लोग देते हैं पकोड़ा खा के बनाने का
मैं इंटरनेट शेफ को बताऊंगा, क्या रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा अगर वो भजिया बना दे तो।
हाँ, bhajia बना देना।
नहीं रेस्टोरेंट में अपने वेस्टर्न रेस्टोरेंट में कर सकते हैं दिखा लेंगे हेल्थी पकोड़ा हेल्थी भाजी Thank you very much. Have a lovely day.
Thank you.
My class will go. See you tomorrow morning. Thank you. Take care. Hope you all enjoy the class.